As a generation, you value and talk more about your mental health than any before you, something we truly admire and applaud. It is important, however, to remind ourselves of the big picture as we meet here today. What are we trying to improve by focusing our efforts on mental health? Ultimately, we are working to build a happier, healthier world.
Just moments ago, Kate dropped a bombshell that no one saw coming. In an explosive reveal, she exposed a savage 9-word remark Camilla hurled at her, right in front of Melania. The tension, the drama, the sheer audacity of it all. This is a moment you won't believe. What was said, and how will it all unfold? A remarkable moment of royal protocol has recently come to light, offering an unprecedented glimpse into the carefully managed dynamics that operate behind the scenes during high-profile state visits.
After all, the magic of storytelling lies in the ability to make a community of anyone who loves to read and who is compelled to write. Through literature, we experience life through another's eyes. We are comforted, strengthened. We laugh, we cry, we travel to different lands.
During President Donald Trump's official visit to the United Kingdom, a brief but significant exchange between Queen Camilla and Princess Kate was captured on camera, though its full meaning remained hidden from public view, until expert analysis revealed the exact nature of their interaction. The incident, which took place during what appeared to be a routine ceremonial welcome, has drawn attention from royal observers and protocol experts who recognize the importance of understanding how senior members of the royal family navigate complex diplomatic situations. While millions of viewers worldwide watch the formal proceedings of the state visit, few could have imagined that a subtle but telling moment was unfolding that would later provide valuable insights into royal hierarchy and protocol management. The discovery of this interaction came through the specialized work of professional lip readers who analyzed video footage from the event. These experts, who possess the unique ability to decode conversations that occur beyond the reach of microphones, have revealed that what seemed like a brief cordial exchange actually contained a clear directive that demonstrated the structured nature of royal protocol during international diplomatic events. Expert lip reader Nicola Hickling, working in collaboration with media analysts, has provided a detailed breakdown of the conversation that took place between the two senior royal women. According to this professional analysis, Queen Camilla addressed Princess Kate with a specific instruction that reflected both the immediate practical needs of the ceremonial occasion and the broader hierarchical structure that governs royal family interactions during official duties. The significance of this moment extends far beyond a simple conversation between family members. State visits represent some of the most carefully choreographed events in international diplomacy, where every gesture, movement, and interaction carries potential meaning for the relationships between nations. The British royal family plays a crucial role in these diplomatic endeavors, serving as both hosts and symbols of national hospitality and respect for visiting foreign dignitaries. Understanding the context in which this exchange occurred requires recognizing the immense planning and coordination that goes into every aspect of a state visit. From the moment foreign dignitaries arrive until their departure, every element of their experience is designed to reinforce diplomatic ties, showcase national values, and create opportunities for meaningful political and economic discussions between world leaders. The specific circumstances of President Trump's visit added additional layers of complexity to the royal family's hosting duties. As one of the most closely watched political figures in the world, President Trump's interactions with British officials and royals were subject to intense media scrutiny from both domestic and international observers. This heightened attention meant that even seemingly minor protocol details could be magnified and analyzed for deeper political or personal meanings. The presence of First Lady Melania Trump also contributed to the delicate balance of diplomatic courtesy and protocol that the royal women needed to maintain throughout the visit. As an experienced public figure in her own right, Mrs. Trump brought her own expectations and communication style to the interactions, requiring the British hosts to adapt their approach while maintaining their established protocols. Princess Kate, known formally as Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has built a reputation over her years as a working royal for her careful attention to diplomatic protocol and her ability to engage effectively with international visitors. Her natural inclination toward thorough and extended diplomatic engagement has been noted by royal observers as one of her particular strengths in representing British interests during foreign visits and international events. Queen Camilla, who assumed her current role following the death of Queen Elizabeth II and the accession of King Charles III to the throne, brought her own experience and approach to managing the complexities of state visit protocol. Having served in various royal capacities for many years, she has developed a clear understanding of how to balance personal interactions with the practical requirements of ceremonial occasions. The interaction between these two prominent royal women occurred during a phase of the visit when multiple priorities needed to be balanced simultaneously. The immediate practical needs of moving the ceremonial welcome forward according to schedule had to be weighed against the diplomatic value of extended personal interactions between the British and American participants. Video evidence from the event shows that the exchange was handled with the kind of discretion that characterizes effective royal protocol management. Rather than creating any visible disruption or awkwardness, the conversation and its immediate aftermath proceeded smoothly, allowing the overall ceremonial welcome to continue without interruption or obvious tension. The professional analysis of this moment has revealed not only the specific words that were exchanged, but also the nonverbal communication that accompanied the conversation. Body language experts have noted that the interaction included subtle hand gestures and positioning that reinforce the verbal message while maintaining the dignified atmosphere appropriate for such a significant diplomatic occasion. This revelation provides a valuable example of how senior royals manage the complex balance between personal initiative and institutional requirements during high-stakes public events. The ability to make quick adjustments to maintain protocol while preserving diplomatic effectiveness represents one of the key skills that working royals must develop to serve their roles successfully. The timing of this interaction, coming during a particularly visible phase of the state visit, also demonstrates the constant awareness that senior royals must maintain regarding their public presence and the potential implications of their actions. Every movement and conversation during such events carries the possibility of broader interpretation, making careful attention to protocol not just a matter of tradition, but a practical necessity for effective diplomacy. The analysis of this moment has been conducted by multiple experts who specialize in different aspects of royal protocol and diplomatic communication. Their combined insights provide a comprehensive understanding of both the immediate practical factors that influence the interaction and the broader institutional considerations that shape how senior royals navigate complex ceremonial occasions. The revelation of this previously hidden aspect of the state visit offers viewers and royal observers a rare opportunity to understand the sophisticated communication methods and management techniques that enable the royal family to handle the demanding requirements of international diplomacy while maintaining their effectiveness as representatives of British national interests. This behind-the-scenes glimpse into royal protocol management demonstrates the professional skills and institutional knowledge that senior working royals bring to their official duties, particularly during events that carry significant political and diplomatic importance for the relationships between nations and their leaders. The setting for this remarkable diplomatic exchange was Windsor Castle, one of the most historically significant and visually impressive venues in the British royal estate system. As the oldest occupied castle in the world and a working royal residence for over 900 years, Windsor provides an unparalleled backdrop for state visits that combines architectural grandeur with centuries of diplomatic tradition. The choice of Windsor as the location for President Trump's ceremonial welcome reflected both the importance placed on the visit and the royal family's commitment to providing their American guests with an experience that would showcase British heritage and hospitality at its finest. The arrival of President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump at Windsor represented the culmination of months of careful planning and coordination between British and American diplomatic teams. State visits of this magnitude require extensive advance preparation, with every detail of the schedule, security arrangements, and ceremonial elements carefully reviewed and approved by both governments. The significance of such visits extends far beyond the immediate diplomatic exchanges, as they serve to reinforce the special relationship between the United States and the United Kingdom, while providing opportunities for substantive discussions on matters of mutual interest. As the presidential aircraft touched down on British soil, the carefully orchestrated sequence of events that would define the visit began to unfold according to the precise timeline that had been developed through diplomatic channels. The transportation of the American dignitaries to Windsor Castle itself represented a logistical achievement that required coordination between multiple security agencies, transportation specialists, and protocol officers from both nations. The initial welcoming party assembled at Windsor included the most senior members of the British royal family, reflecting the importance placed on making a strong first impression and demonstrating appropriate respect for the visiting heads of state. Prince William, heir to the throne after his father King Charles, and his wife Princess Catherine, took their positions as part of the official greeting delegation, understanding that their presence would be interpreted as a signal of the royal family's commitment to maintaining strong Anglo-American relations. King Charles III, in his role as monarch and head of state, served as the primary host for the occasion, bringing decades of experience in international diplomacy and state visit management to his interactions with the American visitors. His position at the center of the welcoming ceremony reflected both constitutional protocol and the personal attention he intended to give to ensuring the success of the diplomatic exchange. Queen Camilla, as the king's consort and the senior-ranking female member of the royal family present, assumed a crucial role in managing the social and ceremonial aspects of the welcome. Her experience in hosting international visitors and her understanding of the subtle requirements of diplomatic hospitality positioned her as a key figure in orchestrating the smooth progression of events according to established royal protocol. The formal greeting process itself followed time-honored traditions that have been refined through decades of international diplomatic exchange. Each element of the welcome, from the specific positioning of family members to the sequence of introductions and conversations, had been carefully planned to ensure that appropriate respect was shown to the visiting dignitaries while maintaining the dignity and effectiveness of British royal ceremonial traditions. The visual spectacle of the welcome ceremony was enhanced by the magnificent setting of Windsor Castle's grounds, where centuries of British history provided a backdrop that emphasized both continuity and stability in international relations. The carefully maintained gardens, historic architecture, and ceremonial spaces combined to create an environment that would reinforce the significance of the diplomatic relationship being celebrated through the visit. Security considerations for the event required unprecedented coordination between British protection services and American security personnel, reflecting the high-profile nature of the visiting dignitaries and the potential risks associated with such public ceremonial events. The visible security measures, while necessarily comprehensive, were implemented in ways designed to maintain the welcoming atmosphere while ensuring the safety of all participants. The media presence at the welcome ceremony represented news organizations from around the world, all seeking to capture both the ceremonial grandeur of the occasion and any newsworthy interactions between the participants. This international media attention added another layer of complexity to the event management, as every gesture and conversation would be subject to detailed analysis and interpretation by journalists and commentators representing diverse political perspectives and national interests. The timing of the ceremonial welcome had been carefully coordinated with the broader schedule of the state visit. ensuring that the formal greeting would provide an appropriate foundation for the substantive diplomatic meetings and cultural events that would follow during the American delegation's stay in the United Kingdom. The success of the welcome ceremony would set the tone for all subsequent interactions during the visit. The dress and presentation of all participants reflected the formal nature of the occasion and the respect being shown to the diplomatic relationship between the two nations. The careful attention to appropriate formal attire and ceremonial presentation demonstrated the understanding that visual elements of such events carry significant meaning in international diplomatic communication. The choreography of the welcome involved not only the immediate greeting between the primary participants, but also the coordination of support staff, security personnel, and media representatives who needed to fulfill their respective roles without interfering with the smooth progression of the ceremonial elements. This complex coordination required extensive advanced planning and real-time management to ensure success. The historical significance of the location added weight to every aspect of the welcome ceremony. Windsor Castle has hosted countless international dignitaries over the centuries, and the traditions established through these previous visits provided a framework for ensuring that President Trump and First Lady Trump received treatment consistent with the respect traditionally shown to visiting heads of state. The weather conditions on the day of the welcome, while beyond the control of the planners, fortunately cooperated with the outdoor elements of the ceremony, allowing the full visual impact of the Windsor Castle setting to enhance the diplomatic significance of the occasion. The ability to conduct the welcome ceremony in optimal conditions contributed to the overall success of the initial phase of the state visit. The protocol requirements for the welcome ceremony extended beyond the immediate participants to include the positioning and behavior of all attendees, from senior royal family members to support staff and security personnel. Each individual present understood their role in contributing to the overall success of the diplomatic occasion, while maintaining appropriate standards of behavior and presentation. The transition from the initial formal greetings to the subsequent phases of the welcome required careful timing and coordination to ensure that the ceremonial elements flowed smoothly into the practical arrangements for transportation and continued hospitality. This transition phase, seemingly routine to outside observers, actually represented one of the most complex aspects of state visit management, requiring real-time decision-making and adjustment to maintain both protocol compliance and guest satisfaction. As the initial greetings concluded and the participants prepared to move to the next phase of the ceremonial welcome, the stage was set for the interaction between Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine that would later attract the attention of lip-reading experts and protocol analysts. The success of the opening elements of the ceremony had created an atmosphere of diplomatic warmth and mutual respect that would provide the context for understanding the significance of the management decisions that followed. The crucial moment that has captured the attention of royal observers occurred as the formal greeting ceremony transitioned into the next phase of the state visit proceedings. Professional lip reader Nicola Hickling, whose expertise in analyzing silent conversations has been utilized by media organizations for decoding high-profile interactions, conducted a detailed examination of the video footage from this portion of the Windsor Castle welcome ceremony. Her analysis, carried out on behalf of specialist media consultancy services, has provided unprecedented insight into a conversation that was clearly audible to the participants, but remained hidden from public understanding until this expert intervention. According to Hickling's professional assessment of the visual evidence, Queen Camilla addressed Princess Catherine with a specific 9-word instruction that demonstrated both the immediate practical requirements of the ceremonial schedule and the hierarchical authority structure that operates within the royal family during official functions. The expert analysis reveals that Camilla stated clearly to Catherine, "Go now. You need to go to your carriage." This directive, while brief and to the point, carried significant implications for understanding how senior royals manage complex protocol situations when immediate adjustments become necessary. The context in which this instruction was delivered adds considerable meaning to the exchange. At the moment when Queen Camilla spoke these words, Princess Catherine had been moving toward First Lady Melania Trump, apparently with the intention of continuing or extending their diplomatic conversation beyond the initial formal greetings that had been completed, according to the established ceremonial schedule. Catherine's movement toward the First Lady suggested either a spontaneous desire to engage in additional diplomatic courtesy or a personal initiative to strengthen the welcoming atmosphere through extended conversation. The timing of Queen Camilla's intervention indicates her awareness of the broader ceremonial schedule and the practical requirements for maintaining the smooth progression of events according to the carefully planned timeline. State visits operate on precisely coordinated schedules that must accommodate multiple elements, including security arrangements, transportation logistics, media coverage requirements, and the complex choreography of ceremonial traditions. Any deviation from the established timeline can create cascading effects that impact all subsequent elements of the visit. The specific wording of Camilla's instruction reflects both clarity of communication and appropriate authority assertion within the royal hierarchy. The phrase, "go now," provided immediate direction for Catherine's actions, while the explanation, "you need to go to your carriage," offered context for the instruction and indicated the specific location where Catherine was expected to position herself for the next phase of the ceremony. This combination of directive and explanation demonstrates sophisticated communication skills in managing protocol adjustments without creating confusion or awkwardness. The visual evidence supporting the verbal analysis includes observable body language and gesture elements that reinforce the spoken instruction. Video footage from multiple angles shows Queen Camilla accompanying her words with a subtle but unmistakable hand gesture that clearly indicated her intention for Princess Catherine to move away from the conversation area. The gesture was executed with the kind of discretion that characterizes experienced royal protocol management, being clear enough to convey the intended message, while remaining subtle enough to avoid drawing unwanted attention from media observers or creating any appearance of public correction or disagreement. The hand movement observed in the footage demonstrates the sophisticated nonverbal communication methods the senior royals have developed for managing complex situations during high-visibility public events. The gesture was neither dramatic nor obvious to casual observers, but it provided clear visual reinforcement for the verbal instruction, ensuring that Catherine understood both the immediate requirement and the level of priority that Camilla was placing on compliance with the direction. Princess Catherine's response to Queen Camilla's instruction provides valuable insight into the effectiveness of royal hierarchy systems and the professional training that enables working royals to adapt quickly to changing circumstances during official duties. Rather than questioning the instruction, seeking clarification, or showing any visible hesitation, Catherine immediately acknowledged the direction and began moving toward the designated carriage position. This immediate compliance demonstrates both her understanding of protocol requirements and her respect for Camilla's authority as the senior-ranking female royal present at the ceremony. The smoothness of Catherine's transition from her intended conversation with Melania Trump to her compliance with Camilla's instruction illustrates the high level of professional skill that working royals develop for managing complex social and diplomatic situations. Her ability to redirect her actions without creating any apparent awkwardness or drawing attention to the protocol adjustment reflects the sophisticated training and natural diplomatic instincts that have made her an effective representative of British interests in international settings. The positioning that Catherine assumed following Camilla's instruction placed her at the designated location for awaiting the royal carriages that would transport the distinguished guests through the Windsor Castle grounds as part of the traditional ceremonial procession. This positioning was not arbitrary, but represented a carefully planned element of the overall ceremony that required precise coordination to ensure the smooth progression of events according to the established diplomatic schedule. The carriage procession itself represents one of the most visually impressive and historically significant elements of British state visit traditions. the use of horse-drawn carriages for transporting visiting dignitaries through royal estates combines practical transportation with ceremonial grandeur, creating memorable experiences for guests while showcasing centuries-old traditions that emphasize the continuity and stability of British institutions. The precise positioning of participants for this element of the ceremony requires careful attention to protocol and timing. The expert analysis of this interaction has revealed not only the specific verbal and nonverbal communication that occurred, but also the broader implications for understanding royal protocol management during high-stakes diplomatic events. The ability of senior royals to make quick adjustments to maintain ceremonial effectiveness while preserving diplomatic courtesy represents one of the essential skills required for successful international hosting duties. The discretion with which both Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine handled this protocol adjustment demonstrates their shared commitment to maintaining the overall success and dignity of the state visit occasion. Their professional approach to managing the situation ensured that the ceremonial proceedings continued without interruption while addressing the practical requirements of the complex event schedule. The revelation of this previously hidden conversation provides observers with a rare opportunity to understand the real-time decision-making and communication processes that operate behind the scenes during major diplomatic events. While the public sees the polished final presentation of state visit ceremonies, the actual management of such complex occasions requires constant attention, quick thinking, and effective communication between participants to ensure success. The significance of this moment extends beyond the immediate practical requirements of carriage positioning to demonstrate the sophisticated leadership and management skills that Queen Camilla has developed in her role as senior female royal. Her willingness to provide clear direction to Princess Catherine, combined with her ability to do so without creating public awkwardness or diplomatic complications, reflects both confidence in her authority and commitment to the success of the international diplomatic occasion. The professional manner in which this entire exchange was conducted and resolved illustrates the high standards of expertise and institutional knowledge that enable the British royal family to serve effectively as hosts for complex international diplomatic events that carry significant implications for national relationships and global political cooperation. Royal experts and protocol specialists have provided valuable analysis of the personality dynamics and institutional factors that contributed to this notable interaction between Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine during the Trump state visit. Understanding the broader context requires examining both the individual characteristics of the royal women involved and the complex diplomatic environment in which their exchange took place. Valentine Lowe, a respected royal correspondent and expert analyst, offered significant insights into the fundamental personality differences between Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine that may have influenced their interaction during this high-profile diplomatic event. Speaking to media outlets about the contrasting approaches of these two senior royal women, Lowe highlighted the distinct communication styles and public engagement methods that each brings to their official duties and international hosting responsibilities. According to Lowe's analysis, Princess Catherine represents a more measured and carefully calculated approach to public interactions and diplomatic engagement. Her public persona has been shaped by years of careful training and experience in managing high-stakes situations where every word and gesture carries potential significance for British interests and royal family reputation. This controlled approach reflects both natural personality traits and the professional development that comes from extensive experience in international diplomatic settings. The expert characterization of Catherine as cautious and careful in her public interactions stems from observable patterns in her behavior during official engagements over many years of royal service. Her tendency to thoroughly consider her actions and responses before proceeding has been noted as one of her particular strengths in representing British interests during complex diplomatic situations, where misunderstandings or protocol errors could have broader political implications. In contrast, Lowe described Queen Camilla as possessing a much more direct and spontaneous communication style that reflects both her personality and her approach to managing royal responsibilities. Her willingness to speak directly and act decisively when situations require immediate attention has been observed in numerous official contexts throughout her years of royal service. This more assertive approach enables her to address protocol requirements and manage complex situations with clarity and efficiency. The expert analysis suggests that Camilla's engaging and outgoing personality traits contribute to her effectiveness in diplomatic hosting roles, where the ability to connect quickly with international visitors and manage multiple social dynamics simultaneously represents a valuable skill set. Her reputation for being funny and personable in private interactions translates into confidence in public situations where quick decision-making and clear communication become necessary. These personality differences help explain why Queen Camilla felt comfortable providing direct instruction to Princess Catherine during the state visit ceremony. Her natural inclination towards straightforward communication, combined with her understanding of her hierarchical position as queen consort, enabled her to address the protocol requirement without hesitation or apparent concern about potential awkwardness. The diplomatic context surrounding President Trump's state visit added additional layers of complexity that influenced how both royal women approached their hosting duties. The visit carried significant political and economic implications for British-American relations, with substantial commercial opportunities and strategic partnerships under discussion during the president's 48-hour stay in the United Kingdom. The broader diplomatic agenda included crucial meetings between President Trump and Prime Minister Keir Starmer, focusing on investment opportunities and economic growth potential between the two nations. These substantive discussions represented the core purpose of the state visit, with the royal ceremonial elements serving to create an appropriate atmosphere for productive political and commercial negotiations. The security arrangements for the visit reflected the extraordinary measures required to ensure the safety of all participants while maintaining the traditional elements of royal hospitality. The decision to keep the historic cast iron gates of Windsor Castle firmly closed during the ceremonial carriage procession represented an unprecedented security modification that demonstrated the heightened protection requirements for such high-profile international events. The fashion choices made by all three women during the ceremonial welcome added another dimension to the diplomatic significance of the occasion. First, Lady Melania Trump's selection of a dramatic hat paired with an elegant gray Dior suit created a striking visual impression that demonstrated her understanding of the importance of appropriate formal presentation for international diplomatic events. Her sophisticated styling choices reflected both personal taste and awareness of the symbolic role that fashion plays in diplomatic communication. Princess Catherine's choice of a deep red coat dress, designed by Amelia Wickstead, showcased her mastery of diplomatic dressing principles. The structured garment featured a double-breasted design with prominent buttons and a carefully tailored silhouette that conveyed both elegance and authority. The selection of deep red as the primary color carried particular significance, as this shade traditionally represents both warmth and strength, making it an ideal choice for welcoming international guests while maintaining appropriate royal dignity. The technical aspects of the coat dress, including its precise tailoring and professional finishing, demonstrated Catherine's attention to the visual elements of diplomatic representation. The carefully designed waistline and structured shoulders created an authoritative appearance that balanced approachability with the formal requirements of state visit protocol. Queen Camilla's fashion choices for the occasion, while receiving less detailed analysis and expert commentary, were equally calculated to project appropriate dignity and welcome for the ceremonial circumstances. The coordination of her appearance with the overall visual presentation of the royal welcoming party contributed to the successful creation of an atmosphere suitable for high-level diplomatic engagement. The economic implications of President Trump's visit extended far beyond the immediate ceremonial elements to encompass substantial discussions about trade relationships, investment opportunities, and strategic cooperation between British and American businesses. The royal family's role in facilitating these important economic discussions through appropriate hospitality and ceremonial support represents a crucial element of their constitutional duties in supporting national interests. The commercial significance of maintaining strong British-American relationships provides context for understanding why protocol management during state visits requires such careful attention to detail. Successful diplomatic visits can lead to significant economic benefits for both nations, making the smooth execution of ceremonial elements not merely a matter of tradition, but a practical contribution to national economic development. The international media coverage of the state visit amplified the importance of every protocol detail, as journalists and commentators from around the world analyzed each interaction for potential political significance. This heightened scrutiny created additional pressure for flawless execution of all ceremonial elements, making Queen Camilla's intervention to maintain proper protocol particularly understandable within the broader context of international diplomatic representation. The timing constraints operating during the visit required precise coordination of all elements to ensure that ceremonial obligations were balanced with substantive political meetings and security requirements. The complex scheduling demands created situations where immediate protocol adjustments, such as the one initiated by Queen Camilla, became necessary to maintain the overall success of the diplomatic program. The professional development and institutional training that both Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine have received throughout their royal careers provided them with the skills necessary to handle this protocol adjustment smoothly and effectively. Their ability to manage the situation without creating public awkwardness or diplomatic complications reflects the sophisticated preparation that enables working royals to represent British interests successfully in complex international settings. The broader implications of this interaction for understanding royal protocol management extend beyond the immediate circumstances to provide insights into the decision-making processes and communication methods that enable the royal family to fulfill their constitutional roles effectively during high-stakes diplomatic events that carry significant implications for national relationships and international cooperation. The revelation of this previously hidden interaction between Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine provides a remarkable window into the sophisticated operational methods that enable the British royal family to fulfill their constitutional responsibilities effectively during complex international diplomatic events. The professional manner in which both women handled this moment of protocol adjustment reveals the depth of institutional knowledge and practical expertise that working royals must develop to serve successfully as representatives of national interests on the global stage. The immediate compliance demonstrated by Princess Catherine in response to Queen Camilla's directive illustrates the effectiveness of the hierarchical systems that have evolved within the royal family over centuries of diplomatic engagement. Rather than creating any visible tension or requiring extended negotiation, the exchange was resolved quickly and smoothly, allowing the state visit proceedings to continue without interruption or apparent complications. This seamless management of a potentially awkward situation demonstrates the sophisticated training and professional development that enables senior royals to adapt rapidly to changing circumstances during high-visibility public events. The analysis of this interaction provides valuable insights into Queen Camilla's growing confidence and authority in her role as Queen Consort. Her willingness to provide clear direction to Princess Catherine, who herself holds significant seniority and experience within the royal hierarchy, demonstrates Camilla's understanding of her position and her commitment to ensuring that established protocols are maintained, regardless of personal relationships or individual preferences that might suggest alternative approaches. The evolution of Queen Camilla's public role from her earlier years as a member of the royal family to her current position as queen consort represents a remarkable transformation that has required the development of new skills and the assumption of greater responsibilities. Her performance during the state visit, including her management of the protocol situation with Catherine, reflects the successful completion of this professional development process and her readiness to assume the leadership responsibilities that come with her elevated position. The broader implications of this moment extend beyond the immediate participants to demonstrate the institutional resilience and adaptability that have enabled the British monarchy to maintain its relevance and effectiveness in modern diplomatic contexts. The ability of senior royals to make real-time adjustments while preserving both dignity and diplomatic effectiveness represents one of the key factors that have allowed the royal family to continue serving as valuable assets in international relationship management. The sophisticated communication methods revealed through this analysis highlight the professional skills that working royals must master to navigate the complex requirements of modern diplomatic hosting. The combination of clear verbal instruction, appropriate nonverbal reinforcement, and immediate responsive action demonstrates the level of coordination and understanding that enables successful management of high-stakes ceremonial events with multiple moving parts and competing priorities. The discretion with which this entire exchange was conducted reflects the advanced public communication skills that both Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine have developed throughout their years of royal service. Their ability to manage necessary protocol adjustments without drawing unwanted media attention or creating diplomatic complications illustrates the sophisticated understanding of public presentation and media management that characterizes effective modern royal performance. The professional approach taken by both women toward resolving this protocol demonstrates their shared commitment to the success of the diplomatic occasion over any personal considerations or individual preferences that might have suggested different approaches. This prioritization of institutional responsibilities over personal inclinations reflects the kind of professional discipline that enables the royal family to serve effectively as representatives of British interests in complex international contexts. The timing and context of this interaction, occurring during one of the most closely watched elements of a high-profile state visit, adds particular significance to the smooth resolution of the protocol adjustment. The ability to manage such situations effectively under intense international media scrutiny represents one of the most challenging aspects of modern royal duties, requiring both technical expertise and considerable personal composure under pressure. The educational value of this revelation for understanding royal protocol management extends to broader lessons about leadership, communication, and institutional effectiveness in high-pressure environments. The methods demonstrated by Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine for handling unexpected situations and making necessary adjustments provide insights that are relevant beyond the specific context of royal ceremonial duties. The respect for hierarchical authority, demonstrated through Princess Catherine's immediate compliance with Queen Camilla's instruction, reflects the institutional culture that enables the royal family to function effectively as a coordinated team during complex diplomatic events. This willingness to subordinate individual preferences to collective institutional success represents one of the key factors that have allowed the monarchy to maintain its effectiveness and relevance in modern international relations. The analysis of this interaction also reveals the constant attention to detail and situational awareness that working royals must maintain throughout their public appearances. The ability to recognize when protocol adjustments become necessary and to implement these changes quickly and smoothly requires both extensive preparation and considerable real-time decision-making skills that few public figures are required to develop to such an advanced level. The broader context of evolving royal roles and responsibilities adds additional significance to Queen Camilla's assertive management of this protocol situation. As the monarchy adapts to changing international diplomatic requirements and modern communication challenges, The leadership skills demonstrated by senior royals become increasingly important for maintaining institutional effectiveness and public relevance. The successful resolution of this protocol adjustment, without any apparent negative consequences for the overall diplomatic occasion, demonstrates the value of clear communication and decisive action in managing complex ceremonial situations. The ability to address practical requirements while maintaining appropriate dignity and diplomatic courtesy represents one of the core competencies that working royals must develop to serve effectively in their constitutional roles. The international implications of effective royal protocol management extend far beyond the immediate ceremonial context to impact broader diplomatic relationships and national interests. The professional performance of royal duties during state visits contributes to the overall success of diplomatic initiatives that can have significant economic and political consequences for the United Kingdom and its international partners. The personal growth and professional development reflected in Queen Camilla's confident management of this situation provides an inspiring example of how individuals can successfully adapt to new roles and responsibilities, even later in their careers. Her transformation from a relatively private figure to an effective senior royal demonstrates the potential for continued learning and professional evolution throughout one's working life. The institutional knowledge and practical wisdom demonstrated through this interaction reflect the accumulated experience and refined expertise that the royal family brings to their diplomatic hosting responsibilities. The ability to draw upon decades of collective experience in managing similar situations enables effective real-time problem solving and ensures consistent maintenance of appropriate standards during high-stakes international events. The public interest generated by the revelation of this previously hidden interaction demonstrates the continuing fascination with understanding how traditional institutions adapt to modern requirements while maintaining their essential character and effectiveness. The glimpse into royal protocol management provides valuable insights into the practical realities of maintaining ceremonial traditions in contemporary diplomatic contexts. The lessons learned from this analysis extend beyond royal protocol to broader principles of effective leadership, clear communication, and institutional coordination under pressure. The methods demonstrated by both Queen Camilla and Princess Catherine offer examples of professional excellence that are relevant across many different organizational and leadership contexts. The continuing evolution of royal roles and the adaptation of traditional institutions to modern requirements suggests that moments like this protocol interaction will remain significant for understanding how established systems maintain their effectiveness while responding to changing circumstances. The professional skills and institutional knowledge demonstrated through this exchange provide valuable models for effective leadership and coordination in complex, high-stakes environments where multiple priorities must be balanced simultaneously while maintaining appropriate dignity and achieving desired outcomes.